Okay, so here we are with a Troybilt Storm, and okay, so I'm gonna take off this piece of plastic. We're attempting to remove the starter here, and this particular starter style has won Most Prevalent Starter of the Year award. This will be the third of 4 in the past 2 weeks of this exact same starter. This will be number 3, and then on the bench here we have another brand new starter for another customer out there. They all are using this same starter. So for this year, we've had 4 failures in 2 weeks, and that to me is indicating that's a very valuable one to record. Right now I'm taking off the electric starter box unit, which appears as if the customer may have tried to unscrew before, just judging by the way these bolts are half backed out before I just put the drill on. So there's 2 bolts, they're either 1/4 inch or Phillips head screw driver. I got them loose. These are 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter. This one was actually frozen on. I noticed there as we were pulling it off with the battery powered ratchet. So I sprayed one of my favorite products. It's very similar to PD Blaster. My dad had introduced me to this. It's called Gibbs. It was a guy here in Lancaster County who also did something there, and he pretty much came up with that product, I'd say at least a decade or so ago, if I'm understanding correctly. The guy actually passed away who invented it, according to my dad, when I went down and picked this can up. He said he bought that can on eBay, and at this point it doesn't look as if anyone's going to continue it. But it is a shame, because there's been times where me and my dad, I'm sure, have felt that Gibbs was the answer. And I know for a fact my dad has, and I know for a fact that I have. Because of my dad, most likely. Anyway, so over here there are 2 more bolts. They are 8 millimeter. On the left-hand side of this machine, if you were standing behind it, there will be 2 more 8 millimeter bolts that go through this red plastic down around this level. On the opposing side, you have 2 bolts here that look like so. They are considered self-tapping plastic thread bolts, whatever you want to call it. Just need to grab me a tray here. Magnetic trays really help keep things together. And there's a knob over here too, which looks like on this one they do give you access to pull it off. I guess I should probably take this over here. This knob. Okay, well, right here's the 2 bolt locations that we removed. Pan back so you can see. Right there. And here's the knob I'm about to remove. I guess we'll just sit this down. I like having a wide variety of needle nose assortments. They can be, in my opinion, one of the most valuable pair of pliers you can have, or different assorted needle noses. I think I got these ones from my dad too, and a box of tools in which he was discarding of, and he usually in the past has been known to give me his leftover tools, and I would sort through them, and a lot of times I find things that are at least useful to me, like them pair of pliers. They've came in a lot of handy in the past couple of months. And this is kind of caught up over here, so this has been reoccurring. Where specifically this piece of plastic gets caught up, and right there you can see it kind of wants to catch on that choke lever, so I kind of pull back and pull that up. And then this stud was actually, this is I think the second time in the past 3, this stud gets frozen up in, oh, gotta pick that up. This stud got frozen up in there, so I sprayed the Gibbs to try to free it up, but regardless, it's off now. This is an hmsk100 or hmsk80. hmsk80. So I know the 100, the 80, and a good handful others of this exact model take this same starter unit. So back to this side. And now we have to remove the gas tank. That's going to be 10mm bolts and or 3/8. When you get into this, that's 3/8. Yeah, both of them will work. When you get into the little bit older design engine, it seems like you're still battling whether they used metric or standard. But most of today's engines, I'd say at this point, is metric. 10mm, your best friend. So now with this, I did fill it yesterday with the fuel. I kind of now realizing or remembering what I'm doing, I kind of wish for this example I would have left it empty so we could get this entirely out of the way. That's another trick that my dad had taught me over the years, was anytime you can, if it only takes a minute or two, just get it out of the way entirely. You'll thank yourself later if you can learn to just take the extra minute or 10 or 20 even at times to just get stuff out of your way. It just allows you a better clarity. You can see better. You got big hands. Your hands can fit in there better. It just gives more access to things a lot of times. Same thing in life, man. You can only fit so much crap in your life, whether it's good or bad. And I just was describing to someone yesterday as life's kind of like a speed bump, man. There's always going to be speed bumps. You'll never be able to avoid the speed bumps. It's 7/16 at this point for this bolt on this bracket, which holds the bottom of the gas tank. Yeah, you'll never be able to avoid life's speed bumps, and the best thing that I found to do right now to make them work better in my favor is to just tackle the speed bumps as soon as they come, because I guarantee you there will be more speed bumps ahead, and if you don't tackle each speed bump as they approach, you know, them speed bumps will eventually build up into a concrete or asphalt wall, in which will be a lot harder to hurdle over. So I just found in life, no matter how big or small the speed bump, tackle it, drive over it, because if you don't, your speed bumps will progress into a mountain, and that's no fun. So these are 10mm 3/8 or T30 Torx, in which are holding this old starter unit on. So we got all 4 of them out, and now we got the starter removed. So that's gonna be all for this video. Basically the tools needed were T30, 10mm, 1/4 inch or Phillips head screwdriver here, and 8mm for the 2 bolts, and a pair of pliers to remove that that choke knob on that linkage there. So between all that, sitting the tank up here, removing the cover, removing the 4 bolts, to the starter, and then the the assembly box, the junction box in which you plug the plug in and push the button for the starter to engage. And here we go. Here's a clear, evident view as to why we need a starter. When I hit the button, it would just bind up, and that would be a perfect indication of a bind. Last week, every tooth was chipped off of this starter, as well as that one's in the back of my driver's truck. Here's the other one that didn't get sent back with my driver's truck. This is an example of a customer who paid Lancaster Alternator and Starter here in town. They're actually a great company, at least from what I've heard in the past, but this was rebuilt and failed a year or so after. Either likely due to the customer, or I mean, maybe not the customer, but either way, when I got to it, the bolts, and he didn't have this installed correctly, so he paid me to install it correctly. Unfortunately, by that time, that one was already, failed, so he had to get a new starter. Anyway, this is the third or fourth one this week. We've done aftermarket and genuine starters according to what the customer wanted. The ones around $67, the genuines around $170 my cost right now. So you want to save them $100? The OEM one on Amazon, or OEM replacement here on Amazon, works great. I'm going to be installing the second one of them today in the past 2 weeks. And then the other two customers wanted to do genuine. So like, share, subscribe, and the next video will show you how to reinstall that, and this will be part 1 of 2. Peace.